Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an updated everyday routine video. I haven't done one of these for so long, I've genuinely forgotten what they're called. I want to update you on my usual everyday routine because normally I don't tend to do updated everyday looks. They don't change too much, but I feel like I've been doing some different sort of looks recently, so a lot of you have asked me to make this because you're like, how did you do that with your eyes? Ooh, I like what you're doing with your eyes at the moment. I'm relying completely on natural light, which is what I want to do more often now the spring has sprung. So if it starts going dark and light and dark and light, that's why. First off is get all this hair out of my face with my little Mickey Mouse ears and working straight on my face with primer. I've been really liking this Figs and Rouge brightening primer and illuminator. Makes your face a bit more glowy and golden, and it does. I really like it. It's particularly good in the springtime when you want that bit of sun kiss, because I don't have that. I've tanned a little bit of my legs so far this year, but other than that, I'm still looking pretty pasty as per usual. Then I go straight into my primer, which is, of course, this hasn't changed in years, and as always, it's rubbed off on the tub. But this is what's it called? See, it's rubbed off, so I can't even remember. I can't even think about what it's called. Lasting Perfection Correction Concealer or something like that. You know what this is. I have this in Lemon. Because it's the lightest shade. Now, believe it or not, I haven't actually been using too much foundation recently, but that's only because my freckles have come out quite a bit, and I think I'm learning how to embrace that a lot better these days, particularly because freckles are totally a thing right now. But just for the sake of looking bomb at the end of this video and showing like an actual difference to the first part of the video, I'm going to put foundation on because it will have a nicer outcome. As always, I still do actually use L'Oreal's True Match foundation in Ivory because I pale. And now that's done, I can move on to one of my favourite parts of the process, which is me brows. I've gone back to using this palette. I've had this for so long. I forgot how much I loved this and how great it made my brows, so I've gone back to it. It's Too Faced Brow Envy Brow Shaping and Defining Kit. It comes with a little brush that's actually not too bad. Like, all of the things it comes with are actually quite good. And I dip my brush into Brunette, which is the darkest one on the palette. And then I just like make a line underneath. Got to put your hat, like put your fingers at the very end so you have more control. Like that. Very carefully on the top as well. Like that. I say carefully because you can sometimes end up looking a bit blocky, and sometimes I do that. I either just roll with it throughout the day, or I get this spoolie brush and rub over it a few times, which is what I'm about to do now. Now I've got that line up here and line down there. Sometimes I don't fill it in, and instead I just get the spoolie brush and rub it all in. That way I don't go overboard with how much shadow I've put on. Like so. If I feel like it needs more, which I feel like it does, just a tiny bit, I'll very gently just rub it in. And then you get yourself quite a nice looking brow, and you just repeat the process, obviously. It's annoying because I've got one eyebrow thicker than the other. I'm currently growing my eyebrows out. One side doesn't want to grow as much as the other. I think it's because I have a side fringe over this eye, so I used to pluck this one a bit more because it was seen a bit more. And now it's not growing back, so hashtag 90s kids can relate. Sexy, everything about my brow so sexy. Sometimes doing this with your spoolie brush like brushes the brow up, and I'm not going to pretend that didn't happen because I'm on YouTube. I'm going to tell you it did happen, and what I usually do to fix that up is clean it up with my concealer anyway. So, oop, oop, and a bit oop. It's all part of the process, girls and dolls. And anyway, even if I didn't do that and it didn't run up there onto my forehead, I think it still cleans it up a lot. Now I think I'm going to work on my eyes because I want to, and it's probably the part most people are waiting for because it's the part that I've changed so much. I am a sucker for a bright eyeshadow. I get too bored when I don't have a bright eyeshadow on. This is always the hardest bit. The hardest part of my life is just looking into all of my kits. Do you know, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Electric palette, which is, so glad I got this on a whim. Like, I didn't even know how good this would be, but it's very, very good. I'm going to use this blue, dangerous, I like it, and this purple. So Urban and Chaos, me in 2 words. So I'm using a brush from Blank Canvas, I think this was. I actually, when I was cleaning this, because I dropped this on the floor once, tragic, I know, not even my floor, I mean like a public floor. So I like antibacteria'd it. What? I thoroughly cleaned it and stupidly left it on its side or like squashed somehow. So it's now gone to this like little fan brush. It used to be a fat brush. However, I use this to my advantage because it's perfect for what I'm about to do. So just use like a fan brush similar to this, like a flat, look at the angle. It's not healthy. That's not a healthy looking brush, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm truthful, here on my channel, this is what I do. Deal with it. I'm gonna start with the blue on the other side of the brush, which is just a flat, normal brush. This hasn't dyed in the process of cleaning. And then tap into the bright blue one here. And then I'm gonna just work into my waterline. I've always preferred putting eyeshadow in my waterline as opposed to eyeliner. Don't really know why, it just sticks to my eyes better. Lovely. You do look crazy right now because you haven't fluffed it out yet, so. And then on the other side, I'm going to switcheroo and go to, oh, I could use this pretty blue. Do I use blue or purple? I'm going to use, do you know what? I'm going to use purple because whatever. I said I'm going to do purple, so I'm going to do purple. So I put the purple on the very tip of the brush. You don't need it anywhere else. Along, and this blue is obviously going to lose a lot of its colour, but it's just nice to have a little transition. Sometimes I just put an entire colour underneath, but it's nice just to have a little transition because it just looks prettier. There's more going on, and then I'll just do a little bit of the other eye. Most people do one eye and then move on to the other one and like repeat the process, but I like doing it at the same time because then I can like constantly repeat what I just did while I still remember it. And then the trick is with the wing part, I kind of just follow it out and then very gently like flick, do it in flick motions, so it gives me a nice wing here. And then I do the same on the other one. I bet I don't do this as nice as normal because I'm thinking about it way too much. Smiling helps as well, because if I'm like this, I don't know where I'm going, but if I smile, I can follow that little line. Friends always say to me like, why are you smiling while doing your makeup? It honestly helps me so much because you see how natural your face is. Like if I'm doing this, I'm not going to be walking around like this all day. I'm going to be like smiling. So once you've got the shape, you just sort of blend it all out, go a bit more messy. And then on the other side, you're probably going to still have a little bit of blue on the other brush that you've used. Blend that a bit more into what I've just done. Sometimes I even use this brush to help me define the wing a bit. And then you look like you're ready to go to a freaking festival. But you're not. This is just my daily routine. My life is a festival. And then mascara is very important at this point because sometimes it can just look so odd. And then you wear mascara and you're like, there she is, there Ellie is. At the moment I'm using Urban Decay's Troublemaker mascara. It looks beautiful, like look at that. It looks like oil, it's pretty. The texture of it is bumpy and it's plastic, but it looks like glass. With mascara, it's very, very, very important that you do one layer and stay behaved. Wait a bit. While you're waiting, do all your other lashes, so a little bit of the bottom and then the other eyelashes. And while I wait for them to dry so I can do the second coat, I will do my lips and my contour. Lips for a look like this is usually quite plain. What am I using at the moment? I'm using NARS, that was a nice noise, brown pencil, because it's very nude and it goes with anything. So once again, smile, it helps. And just be super precise with your line, because I haven't put lip pencil on because this is more like an everyday routine, so I'm not going to be like, you know, putting on every single different makeup piece on my face. I'm just getting out the door, so I'm just gonna like pop this on. I am going out, but I'm not going out. I can do that later. So yeah, that looks fairly well put together. I'll do my contour now. The contour kit, Highlight and Sculpt. I've been using this. I can't even remember where this came from, so I can't actually recommend what brush this is. However, what I can say to you, I used to use quite hard, sturdy brushes for my contour. Big mistake, shouldn't have done that. I recommend fluffier brush. This is more light, like, I can't explain what I mean. Put that on. Sucky. And then keep working on it. Just blendy, blendy, blend. Even if you think you're done, you're not. Just keep on going. It will look crazy to some people out there who catch you in a bad light or something. I don't know. So just keep on blending. Blend, 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 blend. And then I do a bit on my jawline as well, because I've got a bit of a double chin going on. So I blend that a bit to give myself a little bit more definition down there. So yeah, putting it here and here just some kind of gives the illusion that your forehead's smaller than it actually is. I don't really have a problem with my forehead like a lot of people do, but hey, I mean, you'd think I do because of my fringe, but I don't. Now we're gonna finish off with highlight. I've been using a powder brush for highlight recently, not really sure why. Well, I do know why, it just applies it better. I don't know, the beauty gods out there would probably look at me in disgust and say, why would anyone in their right mind do that? But I don't have a right mind. That's your answer. I'm going to use my Urban Decay, my Basquiat palette. It comes with a contour as well. Didn't use it for this video. It's more orangey than the other one we just used, so I tend to not really use it unless I've got a bit of a tan. So I'm using my powder brush, which might scare some of you, and putting the highlight on that, and just go like that. And it literally applies it so bloody fast, like so fast. Look at that. And then I put a bit on my nose. I only do the tip of my nose because my nose here is wonky. So if I highlight that bit there, it shows how my nose goes off to the left a little bit. There, a bit on my Cupid's bow, and a bit on my forehead. So now you're highlighty and ready to rock. The last part of the process is just applying the mascara's second coat, and it gives so much more length when you put on a second coat. Right, so that's it. That's my face done. I've really been enjoying it. I just think it's fun. I just think it's different. I'm getting a bit bored of like everyone doing the same kind of thing on their eyes at the moment. I'm always trying to think of different ways I can apply makeup in my own expressive kind of way, and this is definitely a way to do that because it feels so festively in a way. I don't know, I feel a little bit I get some Paramore vibes with this. Is this something Hayley Williams would have? I don't know. But that is the end of this makeup look. If you'd like to see me do more makeup tutorials in the near future, give me some suggestions of what you'd like to see in the comments, please, because I do take on board everything. I promise I read every single comment. They get sent to my phone as a text message. But for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for watching. I'm on social media such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already to be notified every time I make a brand new video. Please click the bell because otherwise YouTubers aren't, you aren't notified when YouTubers make a video unless you click the bell. That goes for all your favourite YouTubers other than me. Yeah, join me on social media, and thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.